Overlaying all of this, right, is also the knowledge that this is a nationally strategically important company. Does that mean we're likely to see domestic players come into the fray as well?
This whole situation has been kicked off by CVC Capital's unofficial bid just last week. But, at that time, we knew there was no way CVC could go it alone and that lots of other players will get involved. Just a few hours ago, domestic media started reporting that Japan Investment Corporation might be considering a Japan-only bid. The way these things go, if there's ever a buyout of that size, there'll probably be a complicated consortium. I mean, a point in case is Baines-led own buyout of Toshiba's memory chip business just a few years ago, which had, South Koreans, private equity, Japanese companies, including Toshiba itself, involved. So, of course, all of that is likely to have an impact on the price. The CVC's initial offer undervalued the company quite a bit, at about 5,000 yen per share. And just a few days ago, major shareholder Oasis came out saying that Toshiba is worth about 6,200. But clearly, these are just starting prices in early days.
And the CVC connection could lead to some sort of deal, but we now saw Nobuaki Kurumatani resign yesterday as head of Toshiba. What does that mean for the potential bidders?
Kurumatani has been on thin ice at the company for quite a while, but the yesterday resignations was certainly quite a turn. We know we've broke the news that internally the polls have shown that his confidence, the employees' confidence in the CEO has fallen to about 60% in January from 90%. Clearly, the management has been under pressure from not only from internal sources, but also from the outside, from activist shareholders, and from investors themselves. Just last year, Kurumatani has barely held on to his position by just a slim margin when only 57.2% of Toshiba shareholders approved of him keeping the job. And following that, CVC Capital Management, Toshiba's largest investor, has questioned the transparency of that vote, and there's now an investigation in process. So at yesterday's briefing, Kurumatani was not present at the announcement of his own resignation. But the chairman, Tsunakawa, who will step in as the CEO, was there. He made all the right noises about fiduciary duty to maximize shareholder value, et cetera, but was very circumspect in talking about the company's willingness to entertain bids at all.
And at the same time, the flash memory chip unit, Kioxia, is looking to prefer a public offering as early as this summer, as opposed to also navigating, potential acquisition plans from foreign players. So how does this fit into a possible buyout of Toshiba?
Right, Kioxia, the flash memory business, was the crown jewel of Toshiba conglomerate before it was spun out. Now, they delayed the IPO once from fall last year. And clearly, it's never been a better time to list for a semiconductor-related company, given the chip crunch. But there's quite a bit of speculation whether the business might fetch a higher price if acquired by one of its rivals. We know that Western Digital, which is a manufacturing partner, has been consistently interested in purchasing its business. SK Hynix, a Korean rival, already owns a stake and might be very much in the play. Of course, there's also Micron. All these companies would love to get their hands on Kioxia because it would be key to taking on the real dominant player in the industry, which is Samsung. And the price that Kioxia will fetch will directly impact the value of Toshiba and how much money the bidders would have to raise to take it private.